So what's up, guys? This is your girl Coco, and I want to welcome you to another episode of kiki'ing with Coco. If you are new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's basically about life in general with an emphasis on relationships. And I have my friends, guests, family come on the show, and we kiki about whatever the topic of the day is. And so today I have with me one of my best friends, Andrea. Drea, you want to go ahead and say what's up?
Hey, everybody.
So she is back. And so we're going to get into what the episode is in a little bit. But before we get started, we got to get this drink going. So we can, get lit for the rest of the Kiki session. But the drink today is the Best Life Punch. Well, I guess you could say Best Life Lemonade this go, because we ain't using the punch, we using lemonade. But it got Dusse, and she said the best lemonade to go with it is Chick-Fil A Lemonade. So y'all got to get the Chick-Fil-A.
Listen, Dusse and lemonade is like a common drink, but people drink it with like the Simply Lemonade or like Mr. Pure Lemonade. I don't know how they do that. That's nasty. But that Chick-fil-A lemonade and that Dusse, baby, it's an unmatched combo, okay? Thank me later. So next time you go to Chick-fil-A and get you a chicken sandwich combo, get you a large lemonade and get that Dusse and pour it up in there. I'm telling you, the best, hands down. And I know you could buy the lemonade by the gallon, but you need that lemonade with that ice already in it. Just trust me. Get that large lemonade, drink half of it. Then when you get to that half mark point, a lot of Dusse in there, not a little bit, because we don't like our baby drinks. We like our drink strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, mix it up.
So go ahead, try this Best Life Lemonade this go round, and let me know what y'all think about it. So if y'all try it, go ahead and hashtag me on Instagram, Drink with Coco, and then tag me kiki'ing with Coco in the post. And so now we're going to move over into the word on the street. So the word on the street, I'm like, they say this is like this book was like your rite of passage when it was kids.
Truly was. Like, it really introduced so many of us into like that type of fiction. Like, girl, go ahead. We got to talk about it.
So it felt like one person got the book, and then it was like, girl, you got to read this. And then they passed you the book. Mm-hmm. And then by the time you got done with the book, it's your book. Now you done passed it on to somebody else. But the book, The Coldest Winter Ever,
classic.
I think it was my very first like hood fiction book. You know what I'm saying? And it was so good, like just turning the page like, ooh, girl, what's about to happen next? So, and she, Sister Soldier is the author, and she has written kind of like spin-off books to this book or whatever. And I think I've read pretty much all of them. So it was A Midnight, which was somebody she was for real interested in this book. Mm-hmm. And then you had her younger sister had a story. And then did anybody else have a story, if you remember?
I don't know, because I couldn't get into Midnight like that.
It was slow. It wasn't what you expected.
Yeah, it wasn't. And like you said, that book, The Coldest Winter Ever, introduced us into urban fiction. Like, after that, girl, that's when I just went down a rabbit hole of so many different like urban authors. Like, after that, we read Fly Girl, and then I got into Nikki Turner books, and then I got into like the Bitch series. Nori, Zane. What was it, Zane?
Yeah,
like,
Zane.
Just into all of these books, like it was just like a whole new world for us, for real. But The Coldest Winter Ever, it was so descriptive. Like, I just remember like wanting a midnight in my life because the way she described that, man, like, to know that it's a sequel coming out, honey, I'm excited.
I am super excited. So the sequel is coming out. It's supposed to be March 2021. You know what, Drea? I feel like we should have like a book gathering, a book club
We
meeting when I get
should.
to town, child.
Yes.
Because it come out March 2021. So
Yes.
by the time I come home, I feel like we be done all read the book and we can
Mm-hmm.
chop it up. But the title of the book is called Life After Death, which is basically about Winter's life after or nearing the end of her prison stint, which is where the Coldest Winter left off at. Her ass went to prison. So I definitely want to see, like, I remember, I want to say she popped up in the book. Maybe the sister's story. I feel like she popped up in the book, but they didn't focus too much on Winter in that book.
Listen, all I know is I'm gonna recap. I'm gonna reread The Coldest Winter Ever in March.
Mm-hmm.
So, or February, so I can be ready for when this book drops, because it's nothing. Like, I have read The Fly Girl more than once.
Oh, have you? I haven't.
I have, and I've read a few, like some of the bitch series. Like, when she took a long time to release the next series, I had to like read one of the other ones over. So, to me, when I reread a book, it's like rewatching a movie. So,
and I definitely feel like I could definitely reread The Coldest Winter Ever, because I ain't read that book since the
I
first
know,
time
since
I read it.
like probably 8th grade. I don't know, like a long time. Yeah. And I'm actually pretty interested to see like how we gonna feel about it as grown ass women. Like, we read that book, we know nothing about nothing. We thought we knew something, but I'm really interested to see like how our perspective is gonna change now that we grown. Like, are we gonna still feel the same way? Like, this gonna have to be a whole Kiki session, girl.
Yes, girl. You know what? I feel like we should do a book club for
Girl.
that book too, just to talk about like how we feel about it as adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, get this
We
Zoom
done
meeting
lived some
going,
life.
child.
Yeah, I said, because we done lived some life now, so we got some experiences and stuff of our own.
Right? And then just like knowing how relationships work, or just knowing how life work, like being like, oh girl, you was tripping, or ooh child, like that was just a wrong you know what I'm saying? Like, versus just being so caught up in it, like what next?
Or like, being impressed by like the story about like you meeting this man and he sweeping you off your feet with all this money and this and that. Like, back then you're like, oh, what that's happened to me, even if I gotta be risking my life and but now you like, hell no.
Hell nah. So yes, I am super excited about this book. So I definitely, like, if y'all are into reading the urban fiction, check out this book. Once you read it, let me know what y'all think. I think I think this one is gonna be better than all the other little like spin-off books that she did to this book, just because she bringing back everybody's favorite character.
Exactly. Winter Santiago is back. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember when they said that they were going to do a movie on it and Lauren London was going to be Winter?
I thought Kyla Pratt was gonna be.
I thought they said it was going to be Lauren London. I don't know. But anyway, I was looking forward to a movie, or maybe I had made her be my Winter. I don't know. But I thought they said they was going to do a movie about
They
it.
did say they was gonna do one, but I don't know what happened. And maybe one. How sometimes like stuff just don't fall through because the creative, differences are not matching up. Because sometimes when they turn books into movies, they change the whole thought process of it. Because you remember the book Addicted by Zane?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I
and how
remember
they
when they
made
turned
that
that.
movie. I said, this
I
ain't what
know.
happened in the book.
Yeah, you're right. They do change a lot. Like, it's very rare to me sometimes where the movie is better than the book.
Yeah.
Like, I thought The Hate You Give did a good job in the movie, but I still felt like the book was better.
Oh,
Like,
did you?
I did, because like reading the book, like, you put the image in your head of certain things. Like when they was the night when they had the riots and stuff, and they went to the family shop and they got lit on fire. Like, it was so much more descriptive and on edge in the book, but in the movie, I didn't really get that vibe like that.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't read that book or whatever. Like, honestly, it like I don't read as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if I hear like one of my favorite writers is, making a new book, then I make it a point to read that book. But
Right.
other than that, I don't just avidly read like I used to.
I,
So
I, I don't. I don't the way I used to, but this year and like the last few years, I have been getting back to it because I have done like a few virtual book clubs. And then
mhm.
I'm in like a group at work and we read different books. So I think that is helping me to get back to it because we really
Girl, let
are
me
just
know
so
about some
busy.
of these virtual book clubs because I need to get the reading, child.
I will like because it's important to me to read and not just have like all our information come from
Social
watching
media and
television,
watching
social
TV.
media. Yeah. Just reading it to me it's like an escape, or
Yeah.
when you reading that urban fiction or if you reading something like that's knowledge based,
Mhm.
you just learn a lot. Like I've read the Lean In Circle in my group at work, the confidence code. I'm reading that now, and then I'm in another group, and now we're reading like six figure secrets of like successful women. So it's just reading to me. It just helps you open up your mind and really light the fire for them ideas that's in your head. So we definitely got to get back to it.
Definitely. Because I remember I used to read so much. Like, I could literally read any book in like a day or two.
I
And
know.
like, even with Harry Potter, like, I used to be like super big every time a Harry Potter book came
Yes.
out.
Yes.
And I used to read that book in like 2 days. And you know how thick them books used to
Thick
be.
them books was.
And people
Yes.
be like, girl, how you read that book that fast? And it just be like, girl, I ain't did shit else but read.
Girl, used to tap out. When I tell you, I used to like be in my room, like supposed to go to sleep. My mom be like, "Y'all time for y'all to go to bed." Girl, I be sneaking to read the book with like little light from the street light coming through the window. And my mom eventually bought me like a reading light. But
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like reading, I just love it. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely trying to make more time to get back to doing
Yeah.
something.
Because even when I do read a book now, I still read it relatively fast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and especially if I'm reading a book now, I'm reading it because I genuinely want to. But I had kind of paused on reading anyway because I just felt like I'm real one track. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Mm-hmm.
like either I need to be focusing on school or I need to be focusing on this. And so while I was taking classes, it'll be like I can't be reading no books because I'm gonna be focused on this book and this class. I'm not gonna do nothing. So I just
Mm-hmm.
would put reading on pause. And so now that I'm done, like I'm taking this year break before I start on my master's. So I'm just like, okay, let me start reading some shit.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm excited about this book. Read it when it come out, March 2021. I think is super easy to get books if you don't want to hit up the Barnes and Nobles or wherever the bookstores is if they still in business. Because I know I Amazon and Kindle is where
Mm-hmm.
I get all my books from. So
And you could do the Audible as well. A lot of those audio books, if you don't have time to read, like the same way, like I listen to a lot of podcasts in the car on my way to and
hmm
from work. You could do that with the books.
yep.
You can do the audio books, and some of them are even like, read by the author sometimes. So,
Yeah. Like that one book, it was a kid's book, the hair, some hair book or whatever that Blue Ivy had narrated.
oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So sometimes they even get other people to write read the books or whatever. So, it's plenty of ways that you can get your reading in, get your book. So go ahead, read you a book. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's
Yes.
not this book, read you a book. But yeah. So now I just want to say I don't think these celebrities be learning from their lessons. And
Okay.
I say this because Lil Wayne is pleading guilty again to a gun charge, and this time he could be facing up to 10 years. If y'all remember, I think it was like 2009 or 2010, he did a year in prison for a gun charge then. And it's just like, bro, what you think, you exempt or something?
Tell you what they say, baby. If what they say when men keep going back to jail is because they like being in jail. I don't know how true that is now. If you're a repeat offender and you've been in jail, don't take offense. But honey, they say you must got a man in there or something if you keep on going back.
Yeah, I just think
Oh, child.
just think that is crazy. Like, why do you per se have to have a gun on you? Like, don't you pay people for this?
Exactly. You too rich to be doing the same dumb. But you know what? I know the man done fried his brain. I think he was at one point supporting Trump. So honestly,
Yeah.
I don't have no fear. You know, I look. You know, we know the Carter. You know, done got us through. You know, but Lil Wayne, now go jail. Maybe your
You
man
know,
can
I
help you out.
just think Lil Wayne ain't there altogether. You know
No,
what I'm
he's
saying?
like a totally different person.
Yeah, and when it comes to like social stuff that's going on now, like the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and he like,
Oh yeah, what he say? That don't have it don't affect me. It don't
yeah,
have
it
nothing to
don't
do with
affect
me.
me, and he don't believe that white people is capable of treating black people this way because he was saved by a white man before. And it's just like, nobody is saying all white people are bad.
Exactly.
We just saying like, it's some white people out here who don't care for black people, and that's why they're dying in these streets.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, dude, wake wake up. And then, his ex-wife Toya, she be the first one to say, Wayne don't pay attention to what's going on. Wayne be in his own little world. Like, girl, you ain't married to him no more, and your child is
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got no allegiance to him. Stop taking up for this man.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's what kind of killed me. Like I know, but when it comes to Lil Wayne, I get it. Like when you have not lived that life that you used to live for so long, and you done been privileged and blessed to to live a rich lifestyle, you don't understand anymore. You know, you so out of touch with where you came from. You so out of touch with the things that once used to feel like a weapon against you. Like right now, you don't feel like they're a weapon against you because you can pay them. But the people that come from where you come from, they still feel that way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely think, and it's a lot of rappers, Jay-Z, for instance, who of course don't live that life no more. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I feel like he still acknowledged that it's people out here, that are experiencing these things, and it's just like, come on, Lil Wayne, like,
Right.
get out your motherfucking bubble and listen to what the people is saying.
And every time he say some dumbass shit, he lose a dread. That's why he ain't barely got none no more.
Girl, why do he got them four damn dreads?
Every time he say something ignorant, a dread fall off. Like God be like, okay, you lose a dread.
Girl, he need to let them dreads go because they look nasty.
Girl, I seen a video or a picture of him and the girl, like the little one of them Fashion Over models that he was with, and they was kissing, and I'm like, ugh, like girl, how are you really truly attracted to that? Like,
Yeah.
baby, money must make people look real sexy because
Lush child. I feel like he need to go back to the black is hot look shit, cause
yeah, like because right now he looks crazy, but I know he got deep into like that skater life and
mm-hmm,
everything like that, but he just be looking crazy as hell.
for real.
Mm-mm.
Like, go back to what was his one little line in the
What you talking about? What you talking about? You laughing so hard you can't even say it.
when he used to be like wobbly wobbly
Well, you
wobbly
so
like
stupid. After you back it up, then stop. Then why drive it
wobbly
like
like
that?
I swear he
Oh
need to
wow,
go back to that Lil Wayne look, cause what he got going on now is not the move.
girl, not at all, not at all.
But I guess I was reading where they were saying like he might not do the jail time or whatever. And that's cool if he don't, but I just say like, come on, just do right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like T.I. another one of them. them trifling asses that done went to prison and think I don't even know why you think you exempt when you done been to prison already.
I don't, and I just can't understand why you can't pay a bodyguard or somebody to have these things, these guns, whatever you need them to have. Like, okay, if you own, if y'all don't have concealed carry license, y'all don't have, it's just stuff I don't understand. Even like when they get caught in the airport with the gun, if you have an
Who was that,
authorization of
Jim
concealed
Jones or
carry, yeah,
Jewels?
one of them
Jewel. It
dummies.
was Jewel.
Put it, check it, let them know you got your concealed carry, you got your gun, check your gun. So when you go through TSA, it ain't like you trying to get a gun on the plane. Like that's what blows me. Like, y'all have all this money, but y'all ignorant as hell to the policies and the procedures and what you need to do. You can do it, just do it the right way. Like, don't be an idiot.
I legit just think they think they above the rules.
They have to think they above the law, because there's no way you keep doing the same dumb thing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Lil Wayne, I hope you learn from this lesson, because last time you did 1 year and this time you could be facing 10 years. And so it's just like, just do better. If you want to carry your gun so badly, just go on and get your concealed carry license and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure somebody would be willing to just let you pay for the license and you not have to take no test or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But just go through the appropriate channels.
Yeah, that's crazy. But if you already have like a felony on your record, I believe sometimes you not be eligible, right, to get that concealed carry. But pay you a bodyguard that does have that type of license.
Exactly.
Can carry. And if you with them and the police stop you, give it to them. It's theirs, not yours.
Simple. You got a concealed carry?
Well, I went to the class. Yes, I did. I just need to process my paperwork, do my fingerprint. But yeah, I did. Definitely took the class. Me personally, I was very nervous with the gun. It was my first time in my whole life shooting a gun.
Yeah.
So I have to get more comfortable. So I said, I'm gonna go buy me a gun that's for my size. Also, with me being little, I ain't like the gun that I was shooting with. So I just need to really do my research and everything. But when I was shooting a gun, I just don't understand how it's so easy for people to pick up a gun and take somebody's life. Like,
girl, that shit is scary. And that's like being able to shoot a weapon is part of my job. And I be fucking nervous every time.
Wait a minute. Out of all this time you've been in the military, you still not comfortable?
No, girl. I remember the first time I went to do M9 training, girl. Ain't never held a handgun in my life. This was a time when the military was just free flowing with money. And so it was just like, oh, if you want to, it wasn't mandatory that I take this training. It was just like, oh, do you want to take the training? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm trying to go pop on some, you know what I'm saying? Girl, got my ass up in there and was like, oh shit. Like, this is real. Girl.
It is. It's not like shooting one of them little guns, little archery things at a resort and nothing. Like, no, it's real firepower, kickback.
Right? All of that.
It's not a game. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, after all these years, I'm still nervous to do it. You know what I'm saying? And but I do what I have to do. Sometimes I gotta do it more than once because my ass ain't passed. But
girl, I was very surprised I passed my first time, because I was just like, I was so uncomfortable with it. Like, I just felt, but I realized like I'm a mom, I need to be able to protect me and my kids no matter what. So I have to, in my mind, I just have to become comfortable with it, because if it's a day when my husband not here and I gotta grab the gun, I need to be prepared to protect my family, So it's just definitely something you just gotta suck it up.
Yeah. So when I get back to the States, people been telling me like, you need to go ahead and get you a concealed carry and get you a gun. And I'm like, I don't want to live this life, but
you have to. You are a single woman at that. Like, I truly believe that single women, you need to, and because that's what to save your life. So I know it's something we don't want to do. We're not comfortable with it, but protect yourself, baby girl.
Yeah. So I'm looking into that when I make my way back to America. But Lil Wayne, you can definitely afford to pay the appropriate people to carry weapons. I'm sure you're not walking around by yourself like la di di die any fucking way. So it's just like just pay the people and do right.
Yes.
So now we gonna move over into the hot cup of cocoa. So this week's hot cup of cocoa is about how to spice up your relationship. And I got one of my resident experts. Been married over 10 years now. And we gotta get Brian on the episode. So one day I'm gonna have Drea and her spouse on the episode. So y'all can meet the man behind the woman,
But beside the woman,
Yes.
You know how we do, you know.
But Drea is gonna give us some tips, on how to spice up the relationship, whether it is sex or non-sexual tips, but she gonna give us some tips. So
yes, but I'm starting off with a disclaimer, okay? I ain't got all the answers, nobody does. Put that out there. And then there are times, within this 10 years where, it ain't been no spice. It ain't been no razzle dazzle. It ain't been no, the flame, the candle wasn't lit. You got to come back, relight it, get blown out, then you got to come back and relight that bitch again. It be like that, So keep that in mind in whatever relationship you're in. If you're in a 6-month, 1 year, 5 year, whatever, like Tamar said in that song, it ain't always Marvin Gaye and lingerie, So, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But okay. All right, get into it. What should you saying? Let's get into it. Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it, girl.
Well, what do you want to talk about spicing up first? The sex life. Okay. When it comes to the sex life, I truly believe it's about knowing your partner, knowing what they like, what they don't like. And oftentimes in sex, I think you do to your partner what you like and what you want done to you, but you need to know about what they like, and you need to be aiming to please and not just to like please yourself. Like if you a man, don't only be focused on busting a nut. Like be focused on pleasing your woman. If you a woman, don't just lay there. Shit, get active, boo. You gotta put that out there. So I just think it's like little things you can do. Of course, after you have kids, you ain't always throwing on the lingerie and sexing it up how you used to. But sometime, baby girl, you might have to throw on that wig, get you some stilettos, get you some lingerie, some pasties, go to the bank, get 100 ones and turn your basement into the strip club, boo. You might have to just do some things that, they ain't used to. Today, I ain't Drea, I'm Juicy Fruit. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay,
to,
Juicy Fruit girl.
You got to do what you got to do to keep the spice going, and then, sometimes you got to do them freaky things that you ain't really into, that they into. I don't know. How do you spice up the relationship? And I know the single women is the one who really got all the advice, because after a while of me humping on the same person, it can get a little boring. You got to tell me what to do.
When I said so because I ain't never in no extended relationship, you know what I'm saying? Especially the past few years, it ain't been nobody consistent. So it kind of just be like, now I gotta open myself up to having sex with someone new. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta figure out what kind of things they into. You know what I'm saying? Kind of think like, am I into these things? And sometimes it's like that's a hard no for me. Maybe this ain't the person for me because I ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me think of something like crazy that somebody said to me and I was like, I'm not with it. So I think, so I've heard like when you've been in a relationship, for a long time, there comes a time where you do start to open yourself up or open the relation up to more possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think in this wave of like people being open to free love and not so much open relationships, but a polyamorous relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't want to be in a relationship with another woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just want to be in a relationship with a man, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So when I have encountered someone like that, I'm just like, okay, no, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But so and I think it really come down to just like what you willing to do. Like when you in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to make yourself open to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, this the person that I'm with. We've been together for a long time. And, you know, if this gonna spice it up, bring the spice, you know, I'm here for it. But like for me, it comes down to I just need to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I need to feel safe with you. And we ain't gonna have that level of safety and comfortability fresh out the gate. So
Right.
you can't come at my head with all this crazy shit fresh out the gate, because I'm gonna be turned off.
Right. Like I need to decide if I like doing XYZ with you before you come with.
Right. Can we do the regular stuff first and then progress? You know?
Just like ease our way
Ease me
into that.
into it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've had guys be like, they into like the dime and want somebody to be submissive and, you know, this type of thing. And I that's something I need to be eased into. You can't fresh out the gate be like, I want to tie you up. You can't fresh out the gate be like, I want to tie you up. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to beat you or whatever.
Right.
Whatever they be doing in the BDSM. And so
they gonna choke you, baby, until they feel like you can't.
You say what?
They gonna choke you till you're on your last breath while they thrusting, and then when they feel like, oh, you just about to pass out, they might. At least that's what people say. I don't know, because I'm not into that either. But I don't. You into
a good choke is where it's at.
Not that BDSM choke. It ain't like no regular choke. I'm down for that. I'm talking about like they be choking until
like one of them that choke the life
out. Like, nah, I ain't with that kind of choke, because you ain't Ike and I ain't anime. No, not that one. You don't want to be choked like Nutbush City Limits. You don't want that choke like that. You want the pleasure choke. You don't want that kind of choke. So I definitely, get that. And I feel like in order for you to be free and fluid, like with somebody in the bedroom, you have to trust them. You have to be comfortable with them. Because I think even now, after being married 10 years, we not done trying everything probably that we gonna try in this lifetime together. But definitely stingy. I'm not with that. It's gonna be one vagina, one dick, two balls. It's gonna be us. It's not gonna be nobody else. Okay?
Well,
definitely not with that sharing. I'm very stingy, so that's that. Once that part, but I guess I wouldn't even never say that, because who knows? I can be somewhere drunk in the wild night, and I might say, okay, we could try it. But I don't know. I just think it depends on you and your partner's preference. What do y'all like? What do y'all want to do? But whatever you do, don't compromise yourself. Like a lot of times we want to do whatever to make our spouse happy and please them, but don't compromise yourself. If it's something that you got to spice it up and you doing it, and then later on you're going to be regretting that shit. Like, oh, I knew I really didn't want to suck his balls, but I did it anyway. Like, if you're going to be thinking about that later, just don't do it, girl. Like, just don't do it. And I know that that's something light, but I'm just saying, like, if you somebody, you don't want to do anal, but he just kept talking about anal, so you did it for him. Then you at home the next day and you just thinking about your booty hole, like, I wish I didn't do that, Don't do something you're gonna regret. But definitely find other ways to keep it spicy. Bring some toys in the bedroom, and I know you know about that because you done dibbed and dabbled in the bedroom candy. And I heard now that the toys are, they innocent.
Yeah. So, so, uh,
Yeah, tell,
so
tell
if
me
you
about
want,
that toy.
so I used to sell bedroom candy. I guess like I didn't make as much money from it as you would think somebody in that type of business could make from it. And I just think it was because I wasn't necessarily comfortable. And people would ask me, "Well, have you used this?" And no, I'm not using this stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But being in a drought, sometimes you start getting acquainted with these toys and whatnot. And so
And more acquainted with yourself. You need to get
yeah.
acquainted with yourself to know what you like. So when you are with somebody else, you can let them know what you like.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with
And
that.
and so I have opened myself up to using toys, and I actually think that toys are a great idea to the bedroom
Mm-hmm.
because they do offer toys that you can use together, where both of you are getting some stimulation from it. And so there is this one toy. It's meant to be used for long distance pleasure.
Oh, girl, this when you told me this tripped me out.
So if you and your boo is long distance, you know what I'm saying, and y'all still trying to get this,
Make it last.
make it last, for however long y'all gotta be apart from each other, but there is a toy where you can sync the toys up, and basically you can feel what the other person is doing on the other end and vice versa. So as like if you are inserting into yourself, if you pulsating or whatever, his toy is supposed to be able to feel those pulsating sensations and that type of thing. And so, or I guess if he going fast, you supposed to feel it going fast on your end.
Mm.
So, I think that toys can definitely spice up your love life. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you have not tried toys, maybe you want to look into some things. And I'm going to go ahead and plug Bedroom Candy. If you need a bedroom candy consultant, I can definitely point you in the direction. And for the toy that I'm talking about for the long distance people, um, I could put that link in the show notes too. So y'all can, you know.
This girl was just telling me this weekend about this toy where, it's for the woman and the woman kind of put it inside of her and she getting the stimulation. And then when he inserts, you know, when he does
Mhm.
the penetration, he gets, some type of stimulation. I was like, girl, send me that link. I'm going to have to put that under our Christmas tree, as a gift. You always got to spice it up and just try new things and be open to it. But, when we talk about like spicing up the relationship, I also think that that includes like different levels of intimacy. And when it comes to intimacy, that's not just sex. Like when you talk about intimacy, it can be something as simple as doing yoga together. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's like an intimate moment for couples. Going to a spa together. Like we went to that, I think it's called like Ari, Ari or something like that, ancient spa. So amazing. I'm like, this is something we need to do every couple months. But even though it was other, like couples there,
Yeah.
just being in that moment with my man, it was like nobody else was there, which is crazy because it was a lot of white people there that day. And the girl in the locker room was black. And she's like, girl, you and your husband better run these baths. Y'all better. And sure enough, girl, I'm like, you right. It was like nobody else was there. We was doing our own thing, but just being in that moment, just relaxing and just being close and touching and having that quiet moment to relax together.
Mhm.
I think that that's important.
Yeah,
Hell, having
one of the things me and my ex-husband did was hot yoga, and I really enjoyed it. And it was funny, like just trying to see him do the poses and him being like stiff as hell. But um, I think doing activities together can
like
definitely.
sipping paints,
Mhm.
those type of things, going to a hookah lounge, You know, it's just a bunch of
Date.
different things you can do. It's like, yeah, you have to continue to date the person that you with, because if you don't, you know, it just it ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta continue to date and keep it spicy.
Yeah, I think dating is definitely a way to keep that spice or whatever. Because you know how sometimes you go on a date and you be like, "Ooh, I can't wait till afterwards." You know what I'm saying? Like this
Mm-hmm.
person putting in all this effort to make this date for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I
like,
know, you just be looking across the table at them, and that steak be looking good, but your man be looking even better. Like, I'd be like, I can't wait to get home and take that piece of meat down. You know, it's like we get so busy, especially when kids come into the equation, work. You gotta do the house maintenance, take care of the kids, go to work, try to, you know, cook, try to make some time to work out. Like all these different things you have to do. And you get run down and you get in the bed, you see your partner, you know, finally when the kids sleep, y'all laying down and you have sex. Probably no special sex, but that's kind of like y'all could do that every night, but then y'all miss just being with each other, just being y'all.
yeah,
And
just
it's
being in
important.
each other's company, enjoying the
Exactly.
present.
Exactly. And not being mommy and daddy, not being an employee, not being, you know,
Yeah.
just being y'all the way y'all first started off. And that's a struggle because, you know, but you feel it. You be looking at each other like, we need a date night, you know. Get a babysitter, even if it's somebody that's not in your family and you got a babysitter that come once a month. Hell, that's the way to keep it spicy because you need that person to come get them kids so y'all can go out and do y'all shit, you know.
So what you think about scheduled sex, like making sex, like putting that on the schedule?
Now, I have heard that that works for some people, but that's just not what I do. But I guess this could be considered schedule. Like if you at work and you texting about it, that's another thing. Like we dirty text a lot. Um, so I think that helps to keep it spicy. But you know, we could talk about like what I'm gonna do to you when I get home with XYZ. So I guess that's planning it. But I've never been like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna see you at 2-3 o'clock this day. And no, we are the type like once the motherfucking kids go down for a nap, we gonna do it then we gonna do it at night, or we gonna do it in the morning before we go to work with them. We ain't scheduling nothing. We doing it when we can. But the people who schedule it, them also the people that do it like once or twice every 2 weeks. That's not me. Okay. That's not me. You know, sometimes I'm like once or twice a day. I'm not that type of once or twice. Like when people be like, I have sex with my spouse every, and that'll never be me. But that's just me and that's him. And I got somebody where we got that type of compatibility. That's another thing. You got to be compatible because if 2 days go by, we both looking at each other like it's a problem. Where you at?
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I can skip a day or two.
Girl, sometimes I'm doing it before work, after work, and at night. And I be tired as hell, but if that's the mood we in, that's the mood we in. You know, it's you really have to make that effort. But sometimes I do be tired. I be like, shit, I'm tired. Don't wake me up. I'm tired. You waking me up. But once you get to going, you ain't tired no more.
Right. You get to go and you be like, okay.
You get that little boost of energy.
Yeah, it be like
First,
it come all of a sudden.
first you be just let them do their thing, give them that little lazy. Then all of a sudden you get into it and you get to rolling too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make time for it. Like just make time for anything. Make time to date, make time to even at home, sit down and eat together. Because a lot of times I cook and the kids eat or I eat and then you at here so you didn't eat with me. Even just eating together, having a glass of wine. That's a moment of keeping that spice, keeping that connection, keeping that intimacy. If you like to shower together, bathe together, whatever you like to do that make you feel closer to this person.
Right.
And truly talking, how do you feel? How was your, like a lot of people be like, how was your day? They don't really care how your day was. It's just, I'm going to say this because we came home. Hey, baby, how was your day? No, really listen to them. Listen to what they have to say.
Yeah.
Listen to what happened to them at work. Listen to what happened. Like, just be there. Be there for that person. Don't just, how was your day, and you ain't listening to them. Listen to them. Really hear what they're saying. Be that support to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. And men need just as much as support as women need.
Yeah.
So
I can definitely agree with that. Like, I know we all be like, oh, I want my man to do this for me and I want my man to do that for me. They want that in return too. It may not be in the same way that we need it, but they need that too. Whether it be like you being like, I know you like basketball. I got us tickets to go to a game, or something like that. And they be like, yeah, my girl, she love doing stuff with me, that I like
right.
to do. Or, and vice versa. Like, you want your man to pay attention to your likes and do the things that you like. They want that same thing in return. They may not ask for it, or, but I bet you they do feel special if you pop up and be like, oh, boo, I got us tickets to go do XYZ, and it's something that they really into. Like,
Yep.
being into cars or whatever. Like, I know in Chicago, the car show come every year. You know what I'm saying? I got us tickets to go to the car show. You know what I'm saying? That could really be exciting to him.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
which goes back to that whole dating thing. It don't necessarily, keeping the spice don't necessarily have to relate to or correlate to just sex. It's just how you make that person feel. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And so I think, and I feel like this phrase can go for a lot of things, but just like, know the person that you with, and know the person that you was with a year ago may not be the same person today, but support them in the changes that they go through.
Be that support. We all should be changing and growing constantly, and that's why I say it will be moments in a relationship where y'all past and y'all coming and going, y'all not as in tune, or like I said, it ain't, y'all spice ain't there, the candle ain't lit. You have to make a conscious effort to relight that flame. You have to, and it's okay when that happens. Like, at first I used to think like it was the worst thing in the world, and like, oh, my marriage falling apart. No, it's a part of life. Like, it's gonna be moments where, as a mom, you get so wrapped up in your kids and you don't even realize that you're doing it. Or sometimes your husband can get wrapped up into work or his extracurricular activities or businesses or whatever it is they have going on, and that's okay. Everything is not going to be a constant in a relationship. Like, it's going to change. It's like, it's a journey. That's what I really feel like. It's a journey. Like, people like, oh, it's a roller coaster. It's a journey, just with anything. As being a mother is a journey. Being in a relationship, baby, that's a journey. You walking this path of life with somebody. Like, it's different. I mean, hell, I guess on a journey you do have a roller coaster rides. Cause, okay, I guess so.
Yeah, you got
But
your ebbs and your flows.
but yeah, it's you gotta just keep in mind what that person likes, and like you said, knowing they love language, knowing what's gonna make them smile, what's gonna make them happy, little stuff.
Yeah, like, I try and explain the love languages. I'm over explaining that shit now, but explain the love languages to men, just because you want them to understand how you want to be loved, because that's what make you fall in love with them. They pay attention to that type of stuff. And so if their love language, like, maybe they love language is acts of service. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe y'all share the load of cooking dinner, and you being like, maybe it was one of his nights and you like, babe, I made dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? I know you had a long pressing day, so I came home and I made us dinner. You know what I'm saying? That might be something that he appreciates. And afterwards, he like, I'm about to take her down.
Yeah, I think, but what I went with the whole love language thing.
I mean, you
I
can't
think
rely so much on it, because that's
you
not the
can't,
entire relationship,
you
but it's a
can't,
part of it.
but to me, like, it's not something that you have to like keep, like, you shouldn't have to keep discussing or explaining, because when somebody is really trying to get to know you and they really into you, they gonna figure out what's your love language, and they gonna be going out of their way to show you that they know it. Like, this is why I say it's different strokes for different strokes. Folks, some women, they like material things, so their love language is gifts. So and the man, they know what type of woman they have. They know this woman likes gifts, so I'm a wine and I'm a dine her. And then it's another man that know this woman is a woman. Words of affirmation is her love language. So they always sending you cards and flowers, or they always just messaging you, oh, I love you, or telling you you beautiful, or reaffirming the love that they have for you. Like, it's, to me, when you in a relationship, like, you just know what that person likes from being with them, and you gonna want to do it to please them. Like, if somebody, if they love languages touch, which I know, that's one of my men's love languages, that mean that I know he gonna want sex, a lot of
Mine
sex,
show like
and
touch.
that's okay.
Don't touch me.
I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying? Like, when you with
Uh-huh.
somebody, you know, like, it's unspoken, because I'm gonna do what I know he like the same way he gonna do what I like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I think your love language be changing at different times too, because sometimes I want gifts, and then sometimes I want words, and then sometimes I want touch, and then
But
it
the
just
thing
changed.
is, it's you may be more prevalent in one love language, but we all want all the parts of the love languages.
That's true.
You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? Like, you want somebody that's gonna boost your ego from time to time. Like, hey, you look good as fuck today, or girl, or boo, you wearing the hell out of that dress. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You want somebody that's going to get you gifts when it count. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody that's going do an act of service for you, somebody to physically touch you, or like, you want all of these things. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes sometimes you want one more than the other. But so if you take the love language test or whatever, like, you'll see, like, there are parts of you that wants all of the love languages. You just might be more prevalent in something else. So, but those are all the things I feel like that go into being with a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially as you grow as a couple, your intimacy needs change. And
Right.
so maybe, like Drea said, sometimes she won't give, sometimes she need them words of affirmation. And I think, especially with us being working individuals, sometimes you get so bogged down by work, you need that person in your corner to, like, boost you up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So your needs change constantly depending on what ebb and flow you in.
Right. What
So
season? How you feeling? What's going on in your life?
mhm.
All types of stuff. It
Yeah.
just, it is something, honey. It is something.
Mhm.
But
Like,
but but now that we talking about all of this and keeping it spicy and keeping your partner happy, I think something that's very important when it comes to keeping it spicy, keeping your partner happy. Something that I think is very important is to prioritize yourself and make sure you're giving yourself that self-love and that self-care, because if you not loving on yourself and making yourself feel good, it's hard for you to have that energy and that desire to give that to somebody else. Or you will be giving it to somebody else and you'll be burnt out, and then eventually you ain't gonna have nothing to give them because you ain't got nothing left in you anyway.
right.
So that's something that I have learned, like, especially too, like I said, when you have kids, you feel different. You might not feel as sexy, but you might feel like you're not really in the mood to jazz it up or be sexy or put on no lingerie because you're not feeling sexy. But that's why it's important for you to tap into you, get your hair done, your nails done, your eyebrows, your lashes, whatever. People say you doing this to impress somebody. Baby, when we do that, we doing that for ourselves. We
Girl, let
doing
me tell
it so
you.
that we can feel good,
Yeah.
okay? It
Mhm.
ain't about no man. It ain't about nobody. It ain't about stunting on no bitch. It ain't about making think you look. It's about me, myself, and I.
Yeah, for sure.
So you got to love on yourself before you can love on them the way they need to be loved on. Like, just don't ever forget about you. Keep yourself a priority.
What's your take on lingerie?
Oh, I love it.
Mm.
I think that you should always try to put on, because sometimes when I put on lingerie, that boosts my confidence. So it make me wanna go down there and drop something, do a little something. So, I think that lingerie is, to me, like, it make you feel sexy. It boosts your confidence. So I think, shit, even if you single, I think sometimes you should just put on lingerie at night for your damn self. Like, or have on that little lingerie piece under your work outfit, and you got a big meeting and you need to go in there feeling like you that bitch. Do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's just, that's something that makes you feel sexy. Like, sometimes I don't do it as much as I would have done it back in the day before we had 11 kids, but when I do it, it makes me feel like, it make me feel good. Should I be in the mirror looking at myself? You know what I'm saying? Before he can
I'm like, yeah, girl, you see that?
Right, like, girl, you still got it, shit. Yeah, I think that I like lingerie. And then you start doing different things. You get into like the little stripper outfits and pasties and stuff. It's stuff that you don't think that is a big deal, but that one little thing can go a long way.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you think about it?
So I think it comes down to, like, I think lingerie plays into the whole foreplay thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so me personally, I just be ready to get down to the nitty gritty.
You like, if I'm already naked, it ain't nothing to take off,
right?
Huh?
So I be like, I ain't got time for lingerie. Trying to get this party jumping.
I know, right?
But
I used to think that, but it's an ego boost.
Yeah. So I definitely think I need to get more into lingerie. Not just for that person, but like you said, just to boost my own confidence and be like, yeah, girl, you still got it. Even if that mean a matching bra and panties, y'all.
Let your panties in your bras, get your shit together, baby. Bye. That ain't every day, okay?
Every day. I ain't saying every day, but sometimes, when you about to, when you get off work, you about to meet up with your man, like, maybe that morning, just put some thought into it, like, ooh, girl, let me put this matching bra and panties on. You know what I'm saying?
Did you used to ever see it, though, in the movies, like, when the people have, like, sex in the office and the woman got on, like, I used to be looking like, she knows, this definitely a movie. She ain't gonna have on that lingerie going to work, but
yeah,
I'm telling you, like, it changes your whole attitude. Like, you walking down the hallway and they thinking you got on some regular legs, pantyhose all the way up to your stomach. No, baby, this is the one that's connected to the garter right here. And it's just a confidence boost. I'm telling you, like, I just think so that's why I realized, like, maybe in the movies, maybe grown ass women, like, now that I'm a grown ass woman, you should have on the lingerie, a piece of lingerie under your nice, beautiful dress. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when you just need to have that extra that extra push for you. And then that's also spicy because your man ain't expecting to take your clothes off and you already be ready to go.
And you ready for the
Right. Shit. That's keeping it spicy.
Yeah.
I encourage myself to do that more often.
Yep. So go on and get you some lingerie for a work day, child.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, imagine if you got a meeting or a presentation and you just need a little boost of confidence. You put that lingerie on, then you look at yourself in the mirror like, bitch, you look good. And then you go to that meeting, girl, and it's like, I'm that bitch, so I'm finna kill this shit.
Yep, like, I'm a boss.
Exactly. Like, you just, it's yeah. So that's why I do think, like as a grown woman, I understand so much more now. Like, I remember when my mama used to talk to me about lingerie and going to sleep in cute pajamas. I used to be like, girl, I'm gonna throw this t-shirt on and get in this damn bed. But
girl, I still throw a t-shirt on and some shorts and I buy so many pajamas and still opt for a t-shirt and some shorts.
Right. But I realize, though, like, the older I get, why it's important, because that could be the only moment of intimacy that you have with your spouse for the day, because y'all so busy going this moment, these few hours to lay down and watch, I don't know, your little 9 o'clock show. That might be the only time y'all have. So it's like, I understand a lot more now why she did and said some of the things she said. Because I used to be like, girl, bye, they going to get this right here, this bonnet and this big white t-shirt.
I love me a good bonnet now.
Honey. Some men be like, once she put that bonnet on, it's over. Baby, buy that bonnet on me. That bonnet mean you finna get it because I ain't worried about messing up my hair. The fuck?
Facts. Girl, I would walk around this house all day and night with a bonnet on, child. Yeah, so I think there are a lot of things that go into keeping the spice in your relationship. And when you think about everything else you got going on in your life, you kind of just like, this a lot, man. But when you think about it, if you with somebody that you genuinely love and want to be with, these things are not going to seem like chores. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be excited to do these things. Like, I remember being married and being like, ooh, I'm about to plan this date for us, you know, whatever. Or I would come home and maybe he did something nice for me, you know, and it was just like, oh, you really put some thought into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, prior to me getting married, I didn't have like a good, I ain't never had no Valentine's Day, really. You know what I'm saying? But the Valentine's Day that we were married, he had planned this whole day out or whatever, and I had bought him when I went to Vegas one time, I had bought him some dice. They said his name and the place or whatever, like his name, place. And so on Valentine's Day, he gave me the dice and he was like, roll them. Whatever you roll on, that's the gift that you get. Now, he know I love gifts. You know what I'm saying? But then it made me feel shitty because so when we was talking about gifts, I had just sent him a whole bunch of stuff just so he have options to choose from. And he was like, you know, you're not getting all of this, right? And I was like, yeah, I know. But then it just made me like, I'm an overgiver. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of just like, okay, maybe that was a note to me to be like, chill out, don't overdo it. Like, you know, this just Valentine's Day, you know, whatever. So I legit just bought him one gift and was just like, it is what it is. And then when he started talking about whatever number you wrote, that's the number. And I'm like, gifts? I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, we got to go to Sports Authority. I got some more shit about it. So we literally had to take a break in the day for me to go to Sports Authority and buy him some more stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I still got. You wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared. And he still bought me more stuff that day. It wasn't even just the gifts that he had already bought. He bought me more stuff, took me to breakfast, took me to lunch, took me to dinner that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we legit spent the whole day together. And in comparison to like previous situations I had been in or previous relationships, that's one thing I could say about my ex-husband. Like, when he did do something, he went all out.
He did it right, huh?
He did it right. He did it to my expectations, y'all.
I know that's right.
So, you know, and it made me feel special. It made me feel wanted. It made me feel like this person genuinely loved me, that he thought to do all of this for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's not only that's part of keeping the intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Making that person feel wanted and feel special and, you know, all of these things. So think about that when you trying to think about how you going to spice up your relationship. How are you going to make this person feel special? Because it ain't just the sex that make them feel special. How can you make this person feel wanted and feel special?
All good shit.
And I would definitely say, like, I've witnessed firsthand Drea and her husband's relationship, and you know, I don't look to any relationship as a relationship goal, but I genuinely admire their relationship. And like, honestly, I can appreciate the trials and tribulations of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I've witnessed the love and I've witnessed the hard times or whatever, but the fact that they come back together every time is just like, you genuinely know, like, there's love, they in love with each other. And, you know, it takes activity to make it work.
And that's like you said, when you really love somebody, you're gonna always find a way, even if it's If it's a drought right now, you're going to find a way back. You're going to find a way. Because in the end of the day, y'all got real love. You really love them. They really love you. And that's what I always say about him. I just, I love him. I love his dirty drawers, unfortunately. I'm just playing. It's a blessing to still feel that way about him, even through everything. And it takes work. It's not like nothing is perfect. I never tell nobody it's perfect, but it's mine. It's my love. It's sacred to me. It's special to me. And for me, it'll always be worth it.
Mm-hmm. So what's some final words that you have to give to the people?
Do it your way, whatever, keep it spicy to you, keep it funky to you, whatever makes you happy, your spouse happy, do it your way. What works for one couple won't work for y'all. Just always do things y'all way, living y'all truth, do y'all own thing, and always prioritize yourself in the midst of making that other person happy. So just do what make you happy. That's all I could say.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the entire conversation and Drea's final words, just sum up what this episode is about. So I always appreciate you coming on the show, girl, supporting me, showing me love all the time.
Of course.
Like,
baby, wait a minute. When we back reunited, we doing some YouTube sessions, okay?
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. We gonna get us some YouTube session going on.
Yes, we're gonna be in front of the camera.
Yes. So I got me a camera, I got me a tripod and everything. I have the materials.
So you ready then. You stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready.
Fact. Period. I just, and so I don't necessarily plan on starting video until the new year. So I'm gonna start recording before I leave here. And so basically in the new year I'm gonna start recording or whatever. So y'all are gonna get some video content. It's gonna be Zoom for a bit, and it might always be Zoom because a lot of me and my guests don't be in the same place all the time. But if I have the opportunity to be in the same place at the same time with who is gonna be on the show, like, y'all gonna get that real face-to-face interaction. So I'm excited about it, and I'm excited that y'all been pushing me to do this. So I'm giving y'all what y'all want, people.
Yes, get the people what they want, sis.
Oh, so Drea, so you normally good with like coming up with shit names and shit like that.
Snaps.
So I've been trying to come up with a name for my listeners, but I don't exactly like, how Beyonce got the beehive and Rihanna got the navy, and
You don't know what just came to my head. Ooh, child, this would just be me by myself because I'm a little crazy. I was like, oh, I could be like, we could be like the cocoa nuts, but no. Let's say that for me. Yeah, I don't know. You could think of something cute, but yeah, we'll get to thinking about it.
Yeah. So be thinking about it, Drea. You might go to for these type of
things. Be thinking about something, baby.
The cocoa nuts.
We'll find something for everybody else.
Yeah. But thank y'all for tuning in as always. I still got the I'm Black 25/8 shirt, so cop you one. I got something else coming up soon, so be listening for that. And if y'all have any questions, so it was one thing I wanted to do.
Somebody submitted a question?
So they didn't submit a question, but I found a question online that I thought was like super good, just to kind of like get some conversation going. So the subject is, I want my fiance to get rid of his 4-year-old daughter.
Ooh, Lord, nope, bye. You got to go.
That's what I'm like. How do he not realize this?
Ooh, is this a strawberry letter? Because this is crazy as hell.
Oh. So the girl say, I need some advice from the mommies on your page. My fiance has a 4-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was born. He's been raising her on his own ever since he lost his wife. I am now in the picture, and we are set to get married in 2022. I'm also 7 months pregnant with a precious little girl. I'm not the stepmother type. So pause. If you're not the stepmother type, why did you get with this man? I'm sure you knew he had a baby already.
Exactly.
So, and I know I won't treat his daughter the same way I will treat our child. To be quite honest, she gets on my damn nerves.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
For one, the little girl looks just like her mother, and having her around constantly reminds my fiance of his dead wife. Second, she is very attached to her daddy, and I'm afraid this is going to take away from my child's bond with her father. I basically want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find her a nice family that's looking to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach the situation, but I need to find a way to convince my fiance to let her go. I promise I'm not a bad person. Yes, you are. I'm just trying to look out for my child and make sure she receives all of her daddy's attention without having her older sister intervene. Please help.
Oh my God. I know they ate her ass up in the comments because she is the type of bitch. First of all, if I was the man and I read this letter, you ain't having this baby. I'm going to probably whoop your ass so bad. It ain't happening. Okay. Because you are disgusting. Why would you even engage with him this long knowing this girl is in his life? You are a very hateful, ugly person because how can you not like a child? If you're not stepmother material, you're not mother material.
Right.
That's the first thing.
And you shouldn't be dating somebody that got kids if you talking about stepmother material.
If you're not stepmother material, though, you're not mother material. Let me tell you something. It's like a parental instinct. It don't matter. Like the way I love my kids, I'm gonna go that hard for my niece and my nephews. Or like that's ridiculous. What the hell do you mean you're not stepmother? Baby, if you're not stepmother material, you're not mother material. And that's his firstborn. That's true. It's nothing like your firstborn. It's your firstborn. It was your first experience, your first. But to say you don't want her taking the shine from your daughter and messing up their bond, are you stupid? Girl, you are stupid. But I will say that that's like a real fear that mothers have. Like when I had my second child, I was wondering, like, is it enough love for me to go to him? I don't have my balance that, but what she's saying is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it's enough love. You're gonna have different relationship with your kids, of course, but so you might not ever be as tight to that little girl, but you will still love her like she is your own. Because if you join in marriage with this man, that his daughter comes, they're a package deal, baby.
Exactly.
They're together.
Already open. I'm open to being a stepmama. You know what I'm saying? Where the kids at?
Coco, what you say? At this age, it ain't nothing wrong with it.
At this age, ain't nothing wrong with dating a man with some kids. Hey, kids, I'm here. What y'all trying to do?
Oh, I'm be like, yeah, TT Crystal the best too. She gonna be a good mommy.
I be like, I was dating somebody and he had daughters, and he was saying how his ex-wife didn't really interact with his kids like that. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you got daughters too? I'd be like, girls, we going to get our nails done today. Like,
exactly. What you say, they're going to be mini crystals.
Right.
Regardless,
be some mini crystals. Like, come on, little girls, we going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, at this age, I'm like, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to love on your kids like they my own. You know what I'm saying? Just like I love on everybody else's kids like they my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, the fact that you enter into this relationship knowing he had a kid and then talking about she get on your nerves, that's a red flag. And to me, and I've seen this in adult women, and they're adults because of their age, but they technically just like young, like 18, 19, 20, and they grew up in a house with a stepmother who treated them different from how they treated their other kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This kid done grew up with some type of complex about their own self. You know what I'm saying? Then you got this strained relationship or this weird relationship between the stepmother, the kid, and then the child feels some way to the daddy. It's just like, men, if y'all are dating women and y'all have kids already, make sure that woman is for your kids and vice versa, because I be damned if I had a kid and then me and that kid's father didn't work out and I got in a relationship with somebody else and that man did not treat my child like they own. You can't treat my
Exactly. You
child like your
immediately
own.
cancel.
Like
Exactly.
you're done.
Exactly. Yeah, she won't. That marriage 2020. What she say? 2022. She
Should
ain't
not
gonna
be
see the day,
happening.
baby. You ain't
I'm
gonna see the
like,
day.
girl, you just need to go on and be a baby mama because you pregnant already. Just go on and be a baby mama and lose and let it go.
Exactly, and he'll have a relationship with that daughter as well as
Mm-hmm.
his own
Yep.
that he already had without her.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's crazy.
Yep. I'm just like, that is so selfish. But when I seen it, I was like, even though this is not a question specifically asking me for advice, I'm just like, this is a question that need a response.
Baby, she made me want to fight her whole time. I did not like none of her comments, but
Yeah,
she's trash. Trash her.
yeah. Like I just feel like when you dating somebody, you decide to bring them around your kids, like you definitely need to know or make sure that this person is for your kid and is gonna love your kid as they should. Because to me, when you enter into a relationship with somebody else and they have children, you like you said, that's a package deal.
Exactly.
You take
Y'all
on that
agree.
responsibility automatically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but yes, so if y'all got questions, ask, because I'm trying to get some advice. And hopefully y'all don't ask no ignorant ass shit like that. But
But definitely ask Coco.
but ask Coco and Coco will give you a response.
All right.
But yes, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. And until next time, bye.
Bye-bye.